And I'm here at Quilter Labs. I want to walk you through the Aviator amp line. Aviator comes in a single 8 version, a single 12 version, and a 210. Each one shares a common front panel. You have 2 independent channels on the Aviator series with 2 inputs. The reason I bring that up is because your guitar input will actually work for both channels, but you also have a secondary auxiliary input that you could plug an iPod or backing tracks, computer, whatever, and run backing tracks while you're playing along. Channel 1 has a volume and a tone. The volume works just like you'd expect it to, but the tone is unique in that all the way to the left, it's more of a scooped out mid-range. If we roll that tone knob all the way to the right and get more of the mid-range sound, or somewhere in the middle. As we go over to channel 2, even on the edge of breakup stuff, it still sounds full and warm, but as we start to drive up the gain a little bit, cut the master down just a pinch. As we gain it up, then you start to hear As you switch over to channel 2, you have a full EQ complement over here. So you have bass, mid, and treble, and they work just as you'd want them to. You also have a gain knob. Now the gain knob controls how much overdrive or distortion, anger, whatever you want to call it. The gain knob controls that. As you move to the right, you also have a master volume. Pat has designed this one in such a way that whether the master is quiet enough to practice around your sleeping infant or loud enough to make people's eyeballs bleed, it always sounds great. So you don't have to get it loud for it to sound nice and warm and good. The last knob over here is your high cut knob. The high cut does exactly what it says it does. It cuts the highs, it cuts the treble. All the way to the left, you have your treble unadulterated, untouched. As you move over to the right, it just tames some of the bright top ends. So maybe if you're playing a Strat guitar, which has some sparkle to it anyway, you might want to roll that off a little bit. And whenever you plug in a mahogany single cut guitar like a Les Paul, then you can add that top end back in. All the way over to the right, you have reverb and dwell, and both of those control your reverb sound. The reverb knob controls the mix, and the dwell controls how long the tail is or how long the reverb sticks around. As we move to the back of the amp, you have an effects loop that you can plug in, you have a jack for an extension cab, you have the place where you plug in your foot switch, but you also have a direct out. And the Quilter has taken all of the mystery and voodoo out of miking up a cab. Now, guys who have done live sound or recording sessions, they know that it is a science to put a microphone on a cab, on a speaker, and move it around and see how significant the sound changes with insignificant distance changes of that microphone. With the direct out of the Aviator series, they've taken all that headache out of it, and it sounds amazing. It's a very effective direct out, gives you the sound of a mic on the cab going straight.